What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and this Las Vegas UFO story, it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. At first, it seemed like the family was really open to talking about what they experienced that night and telling everyone what they saw. They agreed to do interviews and all of that good stuff, but when the time came, they refused to talk. However, one member of this family, you have to remember, there were a lot of people there that night. One member of the family, a younger kid, he seems to be more open about discussing what he saw. And I have to believe that he's going against the wishes of his parents or the elder individuals in the household because they are refusing to talk. Now, as I mentioned to you on a past video, I even shared a clip. He's explained what he saw. He has explained his experience that night. And recently, he was on a live stream talking more about what happened. And he was showing the area in his backyard. And according to him, there are some weird markings and there have been some items that have been moved around. He feels as if they're trying to send a message or something like that. I don't know. What I do know is that this story seems to be getting a lot of reactions, and the reactions seem to be split down the middle. It's like either 60-40, 50-50. Half the people believe this is true, half the people believe this is false. Now, I'm not here to tell you that this kid is telling the truth. I'm not even here to tell you that I believe this kid is telling the truth. All I know is that with this situation, with this UFO sighting, we are dealing with something of the likes we usually do not deal with. We're not looking at tampered footage. We're not looking at CGI aliens. We're looking at police body camera footage that captured some type of unidentified flying object crashing down in a neighborhood in Las Vegas. And it just so happens that right as this event is taking place, right as the police accidentally, not even purposely, capture this UFO on their body cam while responding to a different 911 call, a 911 call comes in from people claiming that something came down in their backyard and that creatures are running around their backyard. So it all aligns perfectly. Now, did this family sit outside and see something in the sky and then it just hit them right on the spot? Hey, let's call 911 and do a complete hoax. Let's pull a prank. It seems like the timing would be really odd. And the fact that the whole entire family that was there, and I lost count, there must have been 7 or 8 people in that house. They all said they saw something. They all seemed to be concerned. It's a lot of people to get in on a hoax. Also, a point that I made in a prior video, it's 2023. I feel as if if you were purposely trying to prank someone, there's no need to get the police involved. You have social media. So calling 911 when performing a prank, that just seems like the exact opposite of what people would do in 2023. But like I said, people are stupid. People do stupid things. Who knows? As of right now, I don't want to tell you if I believe this kid or I don't believe this kid. All I will say is that there is evidence that point towards the fact that this kid is probably being truthful. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this video where he shows some of the stuff that happened in his backyard. But first, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It's totally free. It helps this channel way more than you could possibly imagine. Hit that thumbs up and let's go ahead and watch this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Okay, so the next day when we woke up, what I found weird, and I swear it wasn't in the house or nothing, we know the whole house before we moved in. I'm going to show you something. I know it might seem crazy, but I don't know how to explain it, but okay, I'm going to show you like the garden, right?
Right.
Okay, can you see the angel? The little like
yep.
cat, whatever it is?
Yes.
You see that bush?
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to show you there's 2 rocks behind the bush. I'll show you the 2 big rocks. You see those rocks right there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you something. This is where we sleep. I'll show you. So this is where we sleep. This is like the room area.
Right.
And we woke up the next morning and that was there, you see? Maybe it's probably for the house, but you can see like a writing And I swear to God, we didn't do this.
Oh, it almost looks like claw marks.
Maybe, I don't know, but you see the angel on the bush and the two rocks and the star that says here. I don't know. I swear to God, we did. I know this might seem like I'm faking it, but you know.
So there was not a whole lot there, but it's definitely odd that there are those markings and objects that have been moved around in their backyard that they say they had nothing to do with. Now, are these the markings of aliens? I'm not so sure. I'm not really necessarily convinced. But one thing I do know is that if you live through or you have an experience like this, it's easy to start making something out of nothing. Like, listen, if you saw a UFO land in your backyard and you saw creatures moving around, and then the next day you went in your backyard, everything is going to look suspicious to you. There may be a plant pot that you moved a week ago that you forgot you moved, and then you'll see it today and be like, oh man, that must have been the aliens. So are these alien markings? Or is this kid lying? I guess that's up for you to decide. I don't necessarily believe that the kid is lying. I think there's a huge possibility that he's making something out of nothing in his mind because he's already dealt with this really weird experience, and maybe now everything looks weird. I can tell you right off the bat that if I saw something like that in my backyard, I would never be able to just chill and go in my backyard the same way that I used to. And I would be looking at everything way more skeptical than I usually would. There could have been things, those markings could have been on his back porch for years, and he never really noticed until you see aliens in your backyard. You go in your backyard and you're starting to try to look for signs, and maybe you find signs that aren't really signs, but they look like they could be. Do you all catch my drift? Like, dealing with something this crazy is going to cause you to overthink. So I think it's really likely that you could go to this location and think that you're seeing things that are signs that the aliens were there, when in reality, maybe that's just how your backyard looked, and you never really realized it because you never went over it with a fine-tooth comb. You know what I mean? So I'm not so sure what's going on here. I do believe, and there's proof, that something wild happened that night. Something came down in that neighborhood. Did the family see the aliens? Maybe, maybe not. I don't necessarily have any reason to not believe what they say, but also looking at these markings on the ground and stuff, that's not enough evidence to me to suggest that yes, for sure, the aliens were there. But I don't necessarily think that this kid's lying. I think this kid either found markings from an alien, or he found markings that were already in his backyard, and he thinks maybe they were caused by aliens because he never paid attention to it before. I think that's something that a lot of people would be guilty of doing without realizing that they're doing it. So you tell me, all in all, what do you think happened here? Do you think these markings are from the alien? Do you think he's making something out of nothing? Do you think he's kind of just paranoid right now? Do you think it's all a big lie, a big hoax? I'm interested in hearing all of your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.